On this episode of Chicago Beer Pass, Nick and I are drinking some Old Irving Hoppy Lager as we talk about all the breweries that have opened and that we've totally missed over the last year. So let's get into it. Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, got a cork popped out, boom, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milkshake wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. You ever go to, every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
You should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski.
Brad, what's up, man? I'm Nik White.
And, man, we got this delicious, bright Simcoe Amarillo hoppy lager going on.
It really brightens the room, man. It really brings the room together,
like,
man.
I feel like life was brought in here. I don't know.
Old Irving.
Yeah, Hokum.
Yes. No clue what that's about, Hokum. It's not one of the hops.
No, but they got like a fun, I don't know, retro hippie.
Hills and sunshine, man.
Yeah, with the like eyes that are like looking at you.
Oh, shit. Those are eyeballs. You're right, man.
They're watching us. But, man, this beer just makes me wish summer was already here.
Citra and Amarillo and a hoppy lager.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all right here, bud.
This is everything I want out of a beer usually.
Yeah, 5.5%. Really fun to look at. Super aromatic, but just kind of just dry, light lager vibes after that aroma.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to go great with whatever you're eating. One of those Old Irving burgers that are amazing. I don't know. Whew. I'm digging this. I didn't get any of the Crumpus this last time. I know people love that stout, but I didn't make it over there.
I had it at Fobab 2 years ago, and I wasn't all the way in on it.
Okay.
But maybe it's changed. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, but that is their big winter offering.
Yeah, but I'm digging this. I went over there just before the show and picked this up. I picked up triple Beezer and double Beezer. So,
Because one Beezer is not enough. Brad's rocking the Beezer hat.
Yeah.
I
We're going to have to dive into that Beezer here, too, and see what that's about.
I like now, is that, because the Beezer's got like an underwater, he's like a astronaut. What do you call an astronaut underwater?
Submarine. That's a submarine is the thing that they...
But he's wearing that helmet. That's the Beezer. But I like that vibe.
The nautical vibe.
Nautical vibe, yeah.
An astronaut or a diver? Yeah, I feel like there's another word that we're missing.
Because astronaut refers to some outer space shit.
Right.
But, they got similar suits. That helmet is very astronaut.
It might be a diver, right?
It could just be a diver. Yeah.
Yeah. Scuba diver.
Scuba diver.
Yeah.
Like old school, like 1930s.
Yeah.
Horror flick scuba diver gear.
So I'm excited to try that. Nick and I were talking before that we think we had Beezer and maybe we did our double Beezer. It didn't double our fun. So,
right. I think.
We'll see.
You know what? Double Too Hard, I don't think doubled our fun. And I think the Beezer is still the champ when compared to double Beezer. So
right.
There's a good chance to revisit. I'm excited about that.
Yeah. But
I gotta quit touching this thing. I'm gonna flip it and knock something over.
Their pickup process super easy. They honestly just had it sitting out there. And I'm like, that's mine. And they're like, cool. And I was like, I just take it. They're like, yeah. I was like, I could just walk in here any day of the week.
Now they got windows. So I remember we were drinking Haymarket earlier. Haymarket's got the patio windows that open. So that's anything you can be within, I think 6 feet of the windows, and it's considered outdoor space.
Oh, okay.
So I wonder, in the 40 degrees with no rain, hey, they got windows at Beezer.
Well,
at Beezer.
Lightfoot said today, we got to open this up. So we need that tax money. Open it up.
She stood in front of a microphone in a suit 3 times the size it should be and said, "Open these doors."
Yeah. I shut them down, but now we have no money, so make sure you open them back up. It's safe.
Is it?
No.
Fuck. We're in trouble, man.
But
Listen,
I'm bored as shit.
Yeah.
So I'm
Oh.
not. I don't really want to do it, but I'm definitely bored.
I agree with that. I don't tell you, I'm becoming a hermit. Like, I don't have to go. I don't have to go out anymore. I think I'm just gonna be.
You're just gonna be a hermit?
I think I'm just gonna move to wherever where's Scratch Brewing. I think I'm just gonna move down there.
Down there, and you're gonna forage yourself.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just
I
gonna
don't know.
go.
You
full.
going that far, Southern Illinois, it might not be good.
By the time I pack my shit and head that way, I'm gonna have a moment of clarity. Like, wait a second, what am I going down here for? But
Yeah. So, yeah, but Old Irving, I think they could open with their. I don't know if they have garage door windows
I remember being there.
in the other
That
part.
second night, not the main dining area, the other on the other side of the wall.
You might be right.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. I haven't been over there. We were talking on. We've been doing these live Instagram things, and we were talking about breweries. I don't know, dropped the ball on.
Yeah,
last year.
that we didn't drink enough of.
Yeah, and Old Irving, we didn't mention it, but I didn't drink any Old Irving, and I was kind of disappointed in myself for that.
Yeah, no OIB.
I fixed that this week. I corrected I saw a problem and I fixed it.
Proper glassware too.
And
Like,
I got the glassware. I was like, if we're gonna do it, we're doing it with the glasses.
we recorded the show there. One of my favorite episodes, actually.
That was
when we were there.
That random dude showed up. What was his name?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I can't
Some
think.
famous guy. Everyone knows.
Oh, the dude who built all these bars. He built Floyd's. He built Haymarket. Like, the pipe fittings for all the brewing equipment. He's like an industry guy.
Yeah.
That does all this stuff. Mm-hmm. He showed up. Oh.
That was the second person that crashed our episode.
Oh, the Chef Brett episode, where he crashed the Alarmist episode. Oh, but Trevor used to be a chef. I think he did an internship at Brewdog after he saw Brewdog on an episode of their show with Rev, and I think he stepped into this project after the original chef. I think the original chef died. That was going to launch this project.
Okay.
And his partners didn't want to see it die, right? They didn't want to see the project sputter out. So then he stepped in, and I think that's the short of the story there.
Yeah.
Beezer's kind of their flagship, but like you said, Krampus, this lager.
They have like a couple other ones. The Della's great.
Oh yeah,
That Kolsch.
I agree.
I almost picked that up too, but I was like, how many? I can't buy a 4-pack of everything.
Yeah, it's true. But that is good. Their fruited sours are good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Kettle Sour. Yeah, so if you're missing out on Old Irving right now, they do have food you can pick up. So yeah, grab some beer, pick up the burger. The burger's great, and a bunch of other stuff too. They have some nice salads.
Yeah, when we did that 10-minute rant on the IG Live, I actually forgot how many places we go, in part because, they're open and they're doing like some sort of tapping.
Right.
Right. And if they aren't doing those things, even though you like them, you just don't make it around them.
Mm-hmm. So. And just the fact that like you can get food at these places is like it's like, well, I gotta eat, so why don't I go somewhere, a brew pub that has food and beer?
Yeah.
But now that it's like, well, I can't really eat there, so I don't go. Trouble times.
Yeah, man.
That was my only stop this last week, and that was just today as recording this. I kind of lied low and took in all the news. So.
Yeah, you just got back from DC. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I got back from
Just
I can't fly now.
They didn't catch you before you boarded your plane and tell you can't fly.
Oh man, you're gonna get Chicago Beer Fest canceled. No, I was not there.
But there's a spot called Tank Noodles where the guy was there's pictures of him on the plane in a red, white, and blue flag. Mask, and excited that he went to go tear shit up in the Civil War. and he owns like
Civil
a noodle.
War Junior.
Yeah, the junior Civil War, and he owns a fucking noodle shop up on Broadway, like Broadway and Montrose.
Yeah.
So, people were definitely going. Yeah,
I wasn't.
it's fucking bullshit.
To be clear, I was not there.
Brad was not there. I was totally fucking around. Brad was not at the Civil War.
Oh man, this is what happens when we start with Barleywine. So
Yeah. So Haymarket was the only other I stopped through Haymarket. Claire's was this week.
okay, named after Pete's wife.
Yeah, named after Claire, I guess Claire Crowley.
Yeah.
Right?
Boxer, world medal winning boxer.
Is that right?
Yeah.
She's-
Also, yoga guru.
She's definitely fit.
Yeah.
When someone if you're at Haymarket hanging out when the world was open and she walked in and they're like, yeah, that's Pete's wife. She definitely has a presence. Like she's sculpted. She's like a very fit
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does not. Yeah.
But yeah, named after her.
Mm-hmm.
And Claire's. Well, shout out to Haymarket because they're 10 years old now, which is that's nothing to sneeze at. 10 years in Chicago proper. That's a good run. Oh, but you look at the stats on Claire's, and they've been winning medals for this thing since it was at fucking Claire's Thirsty was at rock bottom.
Yeah. Often a FOBAB winner. So.
Yeah, so I saw at least 3 medals, 1 at rock bottom and then 2, obviously, at Haymarket.
Yeah.
Yeah, Imperial Stout with raspberries. Just always fun and timely. Always part of their anniversary lineup every year, every winter. What else? Well, a couple years ago, I was going through some pics, and they bottled it at Cruz Blanca down the street.
Oh, that was the first time that
Yeah.
they put it out, and it was
Yeah.
in bottles.
It was in bottles, and you had to go downstairs for bottle pickup. This was before, it had to be before Bridgman was online.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so this year, they're in cans in Bridgman.
I think they've been in cans for a while now.
Yeah, it was probably in cans, because there's a Beer Pass IG pick of Claire's from 2 years ago.
I know we start to run circles.
In cans. So I'm like, yeah, they had to be in the cans for the last 3. This is probably year 3 in cans.
Okay.
So, but yeah, just always, their anniversary party was always something to look forward to in the winter. That's all. So,
Oh, nice. Did you any of the other stops? Maple Room. No, that seems to be a common pickup.
I do like the Maple Room. It was a slow week. It was a slow week in my world.
All right. No news. Phase 3 beers you're drinking.
I'm just sitting around, not going anywhere, not seeing anybody.
Still listen to Hootie.
Oh man, the Hootie on loop from this fucking anniversary for the Christmas party. I'm like, I better never reboot my machine because then then I won't have Hootie anymore.
Okay.
It's a 30-minute acoustic Hootie set. Okay, it's fantastic.
I did see you tweeted this out or shared it that Rev has these Freedom Pack, right?
That's right.
Is that what it's called? The Freedom Pack?
Yeah. Let's see. It's Freedom of Expression, the Session Sours.
Yeah.
That's right, from the Revolution. So it looks like it's a year-round offering. And, I actually like that stuff, those sours from them. Mm-hmm. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of press, and freedom of assembly.
Okay. I haven't had assembly. I think that's the only one I haven't had. The speech might be my favorite.
Yeah.
Is that the peach one?
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's spelled like peach with an S in front. Freedom of expression is a strawberry and rhubarb.
Okay, yeah.
Freedom of press is a dark one. It doesn't really say what. They give notes. Oh, black currant. Freedom of press is black currant.
Yeah.
Freedom of assembly is blueberry and ginger.
Oh.
I feel like I saw those cans recently, and they look pretty cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Have to look out for that one. Maybe on the next Deepwood series pickup of a pack of this too.
12-pack of Session Sours, Brad, at 4.5%. I'm giving you 12 beers at once. So you're probably getting 3 of each or whatever.
Probably. Yeah. Okay.
Damn, you're getting 12 of them.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I don't know. We didn't even on our last episode. We made predictions.
Are they 12
Maybe
ones?
we were sleeping on the Kettle Sour trend. That has been happening, and I had one recently, and I gave a sip to Maeve, and she's like, "Oh, that's really good." I think people have been like realizing that Kettle Sours have a little bit of that sour funk that you want, but it's like closer to a seltzer kind of feeling.
Exactly. It's somewhere between. It's not quite as intense as actual sour beers like the Unani ones, which or the Creek from Dovetail, right? Where
Right.
there's it rips the enamel off your teeth, or they're just puckeringly sour.
Yeah.
Which is the point of those beers. I'm not picking on those two. Oh, but yeah, once you go around the bend once and you have some seltzers, right? Or you have some, or the Mike's Hard Lemonade crowd or whoever.
Right.
Whatever the Alco Pop crowd, whatever we're calling those guys, right? Yeah. And you come back around and you land on one of these session sours and you're like, this fits.
Right. It kind of brings you back into the beer world with like it's like just on the edge. I don't know. It's not. I think we forgot about that, and I think that could be a great trend for 2021. That you're just gonna see more Kettle Sours.
Yeah, and they're doing them right. When this trend first came about, it was kind of they tasted a little raw, so it was almost like it tasted like cereal grain a little bit to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not in on this shit.
These are clean.
Yes.
Like I don't know any other way to describe that. They're just
Yeah.
bright and fresh, everything you want.
It's kind of effortless drinking. You drink it and you're like, man, I like that. I can do a shot and still have a couple of these and I'm still good to go.
Yeah. I can't remember whose I was drinking then. It could have been from it might have been from Light the Lamp. Did we have a Kettle Sour from Light the Lamp? No.
Maybe. Well, we definitely had that Imperial squishy thing, which was like a peanut butter marshmallow thing. It was pretty good. And then we had the Belgo Pale Ale from them. That's the one that won.
Maybe it was from Solemn Oath? I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I can't
It's all a
remember.
blur. That's why we take the picks.
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea what we did. I have no idea what I did 3 days ago.
So I'm excited for this 12-pack from Rev. So.
Now that we're saying it out loud, it is functional. Those you can have those with breakfast.
These are pizza bagels.
Breakfast and pizza bagels. This is perfect for that.
Lunch, dinner.
I mean,
You can have a pizza. You can have a Kettle Sour anytime.
they're delicious. I'll have those. I'll get a 12-pack of that before I get a 12-pack of Anti-Hero.
Okay,
Right?
yeah. Well, at
Right?
least you get 4 different beers.
Right.
Variety, and Kettle Sours. It's like the 2 trends that are like perfect. So, all right, nice. Any other releases this week that we saw or that we should mention?
Let's see. That was the most recent one. Was
Right.
that one?
And then we mentioned Hop Slam, I think on the last episode, which is kind of rolling out.
I'm gonna No, I was just looking at the picture of beer and coffee from the Metropolitan party from 2 years ago. Yeah, they had a beer and coffee station with a Schwartz beer and a Jitterator Doppelbock, and I was just like, I just stopped dead in my tracks when I was flipping through those beers. I'm like, man, I love those fucking beers.
Well, then I guess the other thing I want to talk about on this episode, since I don't know, we can't go to the events. We can only talk about these what's coming out so much, but there was a lot we missed in 2020, right? And I think doing that live stream on Instagram made me think of just like we don't know what's happening. We're missing a lot, and
That's a fact.
it's not all our fault. In previous years, it was our fault. We're like, I was lazy. I didn't get anywhere. Now we sort of have a excuse for like, I can't. I didn't go there. I don't know. Yeah.
I didn't drive all the way out there to get a plastic cup of beer.
Right. I didn't walk the block to get the new release from this place. So there was a lot of like breweries that open, or not. I don't want to say a lot, but a handful that opened in the last year that I know very little about. I know their names. I see them pop up. I don't think I've had their beer yet, and I kind of wanted to run down some of those that we've seen. We're not going to mention them all because some of these in the suburbs we really don't know because we're definitely not taking that trek out there right now.
I tell you, the last new brewery I went to, maybe, was Ike and Oak. and it's the guy who was at Lagunitas.
Okay.
And Baderbrow poached him. Baderbrow closed, and he resurfaced in the Southwest Burbs near like I don't know Bolingbrook or some
Right.
shit.
And he brewed at Two Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That place is.
Yeah, it's
Great.
pretty good actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I lived near there, I would go there all the time. Yeah. So I had great pizza, great beer. I mean, good looking space, big ass ceiling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan of. I don't want to be hanging out in the spot at a strip mall.
Right.
You
Okay.
know, I like a place where it's just big and warm. You know, it was cool. It was like a proper fucking restaurant that makes beer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
The last, I know this. They kind of opened towards the end of 2019, or happened was the Casa Humilde
Oh, the one of the fourth wall at
District Brew Yards.
Okay.
I remember being there for like a little meetup and drinking some of their beer, and then it shut down. But not they didn't shut down, but we got closed down, and so they have kind of existed now as the fourth brewery there, without a ton of people drinking their stuff.
Yeah, I've never had. No, I did have.
I think
I had
we
the
had-
lager. I had
yeah.
the lager from Casa Humilde that I'm pretty sure I got from you.
Yeah.
Mexican lager. Mm-hmm. It was nice. 12 ounces. No, 16. Tall boy.
Stall Boys, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about Casa Humilde.
So they're pretty nice. And then the other one that opened that I don't remember if you went to. I know I've had friends that have gone to it, but Burning Bush.
Oh yeah, it's right off fucking Western and Lawrence.
Right.
Yeah, or Montrose, one of those.
Have you gone there yet?
I have been there.
Okay.
I think he was a preacher.
Right.
He was a preacher man.
Okay.
He was a preacher man, and now he's selling beer.
Okay.
Um,
How I haven't been. I've heard like pretty decent things, but I don't even think they have packaged goods.
I don't think so either. Well, let's talk about the space.
Yeah.
Classic rebirth Chicago space with the bow trellis. Am I saying that right? The bow trellis.
Yeah, bow truss.
Bow truss
Yeah.
ceiling. Looks like the inside of a boat. Fucking Midwest is the same way. Midwest Coast.
And
That style.
Twisted Hippo.
Yes. So his space looks great. Let's start there. I think he only had like 3 beers on tap
Okay.
there. Yeah. And it wasn't like 3 beers away like Midwest Coast had 3 beers. And you're like, oh, all right, cool. Your shit is you are knee deep. You are ready to go.
Okay.
It wasn't like that.
It was like good try.
There's room for growth here.
Okay.
There's room for growth here. But since the place looks so good, I believe in this. I believe in your trajectory. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You know, I think Brad would have said that a totally different way.
It was one of those. It was one of those breweries that like you had gone to, and then I hadn't gone to yet, and then everything happened, and I was just like, I just haven't made it there yet. I will make it there. The concept is kind of cheesy.
Because he names, I want to say it's like biblical references to
Right.
a lot
Well,
of
the
this
beers
stuff, right?
have biblical references, which, whatever. So that's fine. But
Burning
it's
Bush.
it wasn't high on my list to go to, but now I'm like, damn, I missed it. And then
North Center is a neighborhood.
North Center.
So you could do a nice little romp and really go Twisted Hippo,
Burning Bush,
fucking Half Acre, and then you could
and
do
you could probably throw in
but-
Eris.
going back the other way.
Yeah.
You could run up and down Montrose,
Right.
and if you're going to Eris, you might as well go to Old Irving.
Right. Yeah.
There's like 6 or 7 breweries. You could spend the whole day trotting up and down Montrose.
I know, drinking this hoppy lager, it's making me wish we could ride bikes around and. just
That's
go
something
drink.
I would do on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's like, we've had some of their beers,
Why is it so hard to find the name of beers?
and they were just like popping up. We got Black Lung.
Yes, who we talked to during our quarantine series.
Yeah.
He's cool. I liked him.
Yeah. And they have a new space now. They're building it out. You can follow that on, I think, their Facebook page. They've been posting a lot of that. Then you have Well, we know that the Whiskey Hill Brewery kind of changed hands. And
The brewing for sure.
right, and that happened. I want to say it was like December or like November of 2019, right? You went there. You went there for.
I say
we learned why it's called Whiskey Hill.
Yeah, it was. I would say like yeah, that sounds about right. In 2020, I would say it's like like early 2020.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
end of 2019. You went, yeah.
Yeah, you know what's funny is Whiskey Hill had a location in Rogers Park.
Oh.
It was and they partnered with Salerno's Pizza, but so it was a beer and pizza joint.
Okay.
It was a storefront right off the last stop off the Red Line, right off Howard in Rogers Park, and then they closed because it's kind of tough. That's a tough corner to sell stuff on.
Sure.
Oh, but when they did this, like you're saying, they got a new brewer. They fucking went runner up at FOBAB. All their beers are
It was a
like
Goose Brewer. So.
yeah, the Goose brewer who did Prop 2018 or 19, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, Eric the Brewer put their program and flipped it upside down.
Yeah.
Now it's a destination. They've got a beer program you can get into now. All you need, it's just like phase 3. You can buy all their beers in advance for like $300 or whatever.
Okay. And that's a good spot, like we said, Okanike. If you're going to Whiskey Hill, you can go. Okanike isn't that far from that.
That was the day I went to Okanike.
Yeah. So-
It was the Whiskey Hill day, and I stopped at Black Horizon.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah, on the way in Willowbrook.
I still haven't been there.
It's cool. It's a cool little spot. Their beer's
Yeah.
good too.
That's been on my list for like forever to like go
Yeah.
hit up, but
Cool little spot. Got the food truck outside.
yeah.
Yeah, Willowbrook's first brewery.
So that happened, but then also the brewer that was there started Liquid Love, which we
Oh, that's what happened. That's
we
right.
I've talked to him over Messenger or Facebook to try to get an interview lined up, and I think he got super busy, and now he took over the old. What was that place that I was like guaranteed club? Prairie Craft.
Man, Prairie Craft with a K.
Yeah, he's in the Prairie Craft spot now. So we maybe need to hit him up and start some more remote interviews.
Yeah.
But I haven't had another beer yet, and people are fucking loving it.
People are going nuts over Liquid Love.
Yeah.
Like just
The name
on
is
the-
cool. The logo.
Yeah, their logo's cool. Personal accounts, people are posting it. Places like Beer Temple all of a sudden like excited. Hey, we have it in stock. The Liquid Love, come get it.
Yeah.
And that's and it's a brand new brewery, so it's exciting to see. I want to know more about his transition because I went to we did a Sunday morning pod at Whiskey Hill. This was like probably 4 years ago now.
Oh,
And the-
Chicago Beer Gigs.
Yeah. And the brewmaster like complained off the record. And it wasn't the Liquid Love guy, it was a different guy. It was somewhere in between when it was Urban Legend and Missing Legends and Whiskey Hill. It was somewhere along there. But anyway, they kept hopping brewers.
Okay.
And this was one of the brewers that was there for a quick second. And I was just like, it's very odd to me that we just met and you're kind of, and you're complaining. You're complaining about, the guy that you work for. But I want to know about his transition from there.
Yeah.
The Liquid Love guy.
Yeah.
Because, it was a strange dynamic.
I'll hit him up again. We'll see if we can make that happen.
Yeah.
Get our interview series back going because the winters are cold, dark times. With
Dude,
we don't want to leave the house.
Brad, it's been a long winter already.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm ready for sundress weather, man. Let's go.
Another one that the only reason I know of is because they did this Tinley Park collaboration with Sound Growler and 350 was involved. What's the other one out there?
Let's see. There's Sound Growler. Hailstorm.
Hailstorm.
Sound Growler.
And then Brothership Brewing.
Brothership
in
Brewing.
Mokina?
Is that right?
And they did this collaboration beer.
The Brothership.
And I know absolutely nothing about them.
That's funny.
But they're a brewery that opened in the last year out in that area.
The Brothership.
Yeah.
That's a fun name.
Yeah, I think they did like a collaboration where every dollar went to, I don't know, the local bars. I posted a picture on our Instagram and had the beers, but
Mokina is where the first Tribes Ale House was. And then they kept it, but opened a second location where they did the brewery in Tinley.
Okay.
So I think Mokina is like just south of Tinley or something.
Okay.
But these are massive suburbs. You talk Orland Park, Tinley, some of the biggest suburbs you've ever been to.
Yeah.
So to go from Tinley to Mokina, it's like fucking another 10 miles or some
Yeah,
bullshit.
days. Then there's in Chicago proper, Crushed by Giants.
Yeah.
The only beer we've had is the Neon Werewolf from them, right?
Yeah, which was fine.
good.
It reminded you of someone else, didn't it? The artwork.
Yeah. It reminded you of
Fucking Hop. Was it Hop Butcher?
Hop Butcher.
Yeah.
It was like scribbly. What's his name? Like Dan Grazer
Yeah,
or
that
something.
sounds right.
Yeah. So, our buddy Jesse, he dropped
Jesse.
off some beer from them, and that beer was great. And there was a preview event for the spot. We were invited to go.
Now looking back on it, we probably could have fell in there.
We probably should have just went.
Probably should have went.
Yeah.
Not the day of, but we should have took them up on it, picked a day, and went.
Yeah,
We
rolled
fucked
up,
around and now
rolled up
Jesse's
in our
gone.
masks and went checked out. And now, I don't know what's happening with Crushed by Giants because it's downtown, right off the Mag Mile. We got restaurant kind of shut down like that. They I think are just waiting to see what happens. Like why try to like push on a new restaurant in the middle of this? Yeah.
I went downtown this week just to grab like monitors.
Yeah.
I've been working off monitors. I've been working monitorless, working off a
Okay.
laptop for like
Alright.
10 fucking months. I went to get monitors, talking to security guards, and they're just like, yeah, man, it is few and far between the places you can get food from within walking distance compared to when downtown was open.
Okay.
So
Damn.
it's rough, man. It's fucking rough.
Crushed by Giants. Yeah.
Mambecue Jesse, that's when I met him. He was with Mambecue. He would bring like his cameras and shit to beer events, right? Like I've seen him cover maybe like Fobab and some other stuff. Then he went to Goose, and then he went to
corridor slash dry hop, and now he's out. We lost like
it was
Jesse was like 100% Chicago.
he had a very
I
active.
think he has a Chicago tattoo, and he left.
He's a very active Chicagoan.
How does this guy leave? This guy's like 100% like,
Yeah, you know, there's
Awesome.
always a woman involved in these
Woman.
scenarios, Brad.
and job giving you lots of money probably.
Also that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Tennessee or something, I think is where he landed.
Yeah, Kentucky, Tennessee, yeah. Also in the city proper, we have that like, I always think of the Ong Brewery in Norway with the O and
With
the,
the with the line through it.
yeah, there's one in like Humboldt Park area, right? Like Orkney?
They working.
Orkin?
Orkin.
Yeah. So they're a Scandinavian inspired brewery. And they opened up, and I know literally nothing about this besides that the name is, I'm not sure how to say it, but it's got the O with the slash.
Now we did a episode from Pilot Project. Cheers to Sean Curry. He was he was a co-pilot on that one. That was a fun episode because we were in those fucking igloos.
We were, the one igloo that they had.
And we had to avoid the train, so we were pausing the blue line in rush hour. So we were pausing every 8 minutes. It was different. It was different. But I want to say, I said that to say that I think they are graduates, alumni
Of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and I was trying to see if that was true.
You might be right. And then there's another O brewery also in kind of Humboldt Park here, obscure. What were you saying?
Odys Sellers.
Yeah, Odys Sellers. Yeah.
This shit is active. So there's a story on Oakenroy from September 30th.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, and they're talking about like Nordic tiki cocktails and shareable plates and farmhouse style ales.
They
and shit
seem like
that.
a fun crew. Like,
Space looks great.
I feel like this crew you'd want to party with.
Yeah. And they've been around since September, Brad.
Yeah.
Damn.
So what's the other one? Oh, City and Ales.
Oh no. Odys Sellers. This story doesn't reference this story didn't reference Pilot Project at all. That's really why I pulled it up.
Okay. So yeah, maybe they are, maybe they aren't.
Right. Maybe Odys Sellers is.
Okay. What Do you know anything about them?
Jack shit, Brad.
So that's another one. Then there's this brewery. I recently saw Mike Zoller post some pictures. I've seen pictures of this. Goldfinger out in Downers Grove.
They make lagers. I had a Goldfinger lager.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, it was a hoppy lager.
I only know Goldfinger from the punk band.
Or fucking like Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Gold member.
Yeah. And then what's that other brewery out in Downers Grove?
The one that don't sell pancakes?
Oh yeah, there's Flapjack. Isn't there's a didn't you went to a cheese event at the spot?
Yeah. Fucking
The fartiest event.
it was weird. It was beer and cheese social. What was the name of that joint?
It wasn't Emmett.
Oh, Alter.
Alter, yeah.
Alter's good. Alter, I would say, is the Old Irving of the West Burbs, right?
Okay.
Just kind of under the radar, but really good across the board. They remind me of Old Irving a little bit.
So yeah, Goldfinger. I've seen the cans. I've seen the growler kind of things. that people-
Odys Sellers is currently on Draft That Pilot Project.
Okay,
So
so
maybe that was a connection.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I've seen this pop up, and I saw when they were asking for investors and things like that. Milk Money Brewing in LaGrange.
The old milk money.
Yeah, I like the name a lot.
Funny.
And they recently posted pictures. I think, speaking of Haymarket, we saw Jana recently went out there, and
the Milk Money?
the space looks really nice. It looks like, what's that taco place in Avondale? Rose.
Oh, the Lonesome Rose.
It kind of reminded me of that.
I
It's
fucked with the Lonesome Rose. I like that joint.
it's like pastel colors, bright. I don't know, big tile. I don't know. It just looked nice. Some Milk Money.
And it changes. The policy changes. Phases change. But is that joint? Are these suburban joints open like that?
I think from the picture it looked like they had a lot of pickup kind of stuff. They almost had you've gone over to Hopewell, right? Where it's almost like they've converted their tap room into a sales room. We have the cooler. Here's all of our merch. Also, Goose Island has done this
The
too.
Maple Room is the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
We are just a shop now that
Here's
sells
your
beer.
Grubhub orders here.
Yeah, that's what it
yeah.
looked like from the picture.
Okay.
Hey, we're a new brewery, we got beer, but we also have a lot of merch and shit like that too.
Yeah. Us doing this show every week every once in a while kind of reminds me of the joys of just escaping your life and just kind of, bicycling or driving through the burbs and just kind of rediscovering where you live through these breweries, because these breweries all have a story. The place they're in used to be something different, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of forget how much fun that is, just to escape Occupy Chicago and go do some fun shit and have it be beer centric, because there's breweries everywhere. And then you feel good in a lot of cases supporting local.
All right, two more. Otherwise, we're gonna ramble on for hours here. Brother Chimp, they were part of Pilot Project, and they're out in Aurora, and in North Aurora, but that's still Aurora. And I've seen this pop up. I've seen it mentioned, and I know literally nothing about what's happening with that.
Brother Chimp and Brothership should do something. Right.
But it's nice to see that the west suburbs getting some more breweries and I don't know, more offerings, because I'm usually out there and it's well, I guess I'll go to Salamoth and Two Brothers.
Those bros, and that's the end of it, right?
Right.
Or you might be able to hit where Darien, you might be able to hit the Hot Butcher and where's Hot Butcher Brew out there? The Crew, they make good beers. One of them's Penny Catcher.
That's right, yeah.
Fuck, they got the cool logo. Miskatonic.
Yeah. And then the last one I want to mention, because I saw Zoller drinking this yesterday, Art History in Geneva, Illinois. So also out in that area. And they're focused on traditional European style beers, but all their beers have I don't know, art
What's
art
going on
history
here?
things.
Uh,
Monuments, buildings.
ah,
Yeah.
That's kind of a neat look and neat like take on this.
Geneva.
They got Czech Pils. They got a German Pils. They got a Baltic Porter. Yeah,
And for those who
Helles.
don't know, a Baltic Porter is a dark lager.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with a porter. Baltic Porter is a lager.
So, man, we are missing out.
There's a lot of moving parts, Brad. Yeah. You know, I think this episode is proof of that, right? And it's good that there's people out here talking about it.
And it's good that there's stuff still moving forward. Like breweries are opening.
Yeah.
Ravinia's got their new space. Mars has their new space opening. So that's one right in Logan Square there. Like
next to the ice cream joint.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a go.
Yeah.
That's good because I never get down to. I can't get into Sox Park.
Right. So why are you over there?
So what am I going to Bridgeport for? Yeah. But I'll go to fucking Margie's and to Mars.
Right.
You know.
So, yeah, that's a go. So stuff's like moving forward. Like we always forget, especially right now, that like we might be trapped inside or supposed to be inside, but everything just keeps going. Like plans don't stop. Like things are still opening, beers are still being made. So.
Yeah, this ain't the first pandemic, so stuff's right.
Won't be the last. Right?
Won't be the last. Companies are still marching forward in this thing, and that's good to see. Yeah, because there's always talk of there's less parties, there's less we can't gather. There's always that other side of the coin where we're always talking about.
Right.
Hop Slam is in bottles this year because there's a can shortage.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, just like the first time in like 4 years. So you always hear about those sides of beer, but having some time to talk about the cool things that are happening and stuff opening is actually, it's actually pretty fun. I dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. All right. Well, I don't know. That's going to be it. I don't know. We're going to have to come up with some other fun topics for these episodes. So anyone who's listening and want to hear us ramble on about something, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll gladly talk about our favorite lager in the city, or
if we do nothing else, we will ramble. that is a
if
fact.
you want to hear us mention how great the Jitterator from Metro is, again, we can talk for days on that. Maybe they'll hook it up with the growler, and we can just
send some of that Kyoto black coffee too while you're sending the growler.
Nick, where can people find you? Get in touch when we're not here.
Right on, man. I'm on Twitter at Nicosio.
And I'm on Twitter at BRad, Chicago Beer Pass, Twitter, Instagram. We've been doing those Instagram lives, so check those out. Might do one tonight. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And website, chicagobeerpass.com. All the episodes get posted there. We'll hopefully be back next week. We have a loose schedule at the moment. So we'll see what happens. But, take care.
Cheers.